All right, let's talk for a few minutes about division, and specific I'm going to lead into a division dilemma that we encounter. But before we discuss this dilemma, I want to discuss division in general. Um, let's take the number 12 and we want to divide that by 3. Okay, now I know that many people think about taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, 12 and divide that into 3 means, well, I'm going to divide that into 3 equal parts, and each set has 4 in it. Well, that works great if you're dividing by a whole number, but that perspective of division doesn't work very well if you want to divide 12 by, I don't know, 1.3, or 12 divided by 1/3. Rather, let's take the perspective of, let's look at 12 divided by 3 again. And now, instead of thinking of dividing 12 into 3 groups, let's ask the following question. How many 3's does it take to add to 12? How many 3's does it take to add to 12? 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. Oh, it takes 1, 2, 3, 4. It takes 4 3's. That is the better explanation for why 12 divided by 3 equals 4. Because we can also ask ourselves, how many 1/3's does it take to add up to 12? Well, 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 plus all the way, we keep on adding until we get to 12. If those 1/3's are adding up to 12 and we ask ourselves how many of them there are, then it takes those 3 equal 1. So if it took 3 of them to make 1, then it would take 3 times 12 of them to make 12. It would take 36 of them. So 12 divided by 1/3 is 36. Because you're asking yourself how many 1/3's does it take to add up to 12. Many of you may have been taught the trick. Oh, well, dividing by a fraction, you multiply by the reciprocal. Well, did you ever think about why? If you think about it, I just kind of explained why. Because it takes 3 of those 1/3's to make 1. So it ends up being 12 times 3 to get 12 divided by 1/3. Now, division can also be written as fraction. This 12 divided by 3 could also be written this way. 12 divided by 3. We could also read that as 12/3. But 12 divided by 3, of course, is 4. Now, I am going to, so if we're talking about just in general, A divided by B, I don't want to think about dividing A into B groups. I want to think about the question. How many B's does it take to add to A? That is the best way to think about division. How many of what you're dividing by does it take to add up to what you're dividing into? So I'm going to lead you into what I referred to earlier as a dilemma. Let's take the number 10, because that's an easy number to work with. Let's see, what is 10 divided by 2? we're asking ourselves, how many 2's does it take to add up to 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It takes 5 2's to equal 10, so 10 divided by 2 equals 5. How about if we go smaller? How about 10 divided by 1? How many 1's? I'm not going to write them all out. If they add up to 10, then of course there are 10 of them. So 10 divided by 1 is 10. Now let's get smaller. How about 10 divided by 0.1? You're asking how many 0.1's does it take to add up to 10? We just keep on adding 0.1's until we get to 10. Well, it would take 10 of those 0.1's to add up to 1. So therefore, it would take 100 of them to add to 10. I'm going to jump down to 10 divided by 0.001. Okay, 10 divided by 0.001. 0.001 plus 0.001 plus 0.001 plus, and I keep on going until I get to 10. And I ask, how many did it take? Well, what fraction is 0.001? That's not a tenth, not a hundredth, but that's a thousandth. So 10 divided by 1/1000th. It would take 1,000 of these 0.01's to equal 1, so that it will take 10,000 of them to equal 10. So notice what's happening as I decrease the number that I'm dividing by, the number of them that it takes to add to 10 kind of makes sense that gets bigger. That's a very important division concept to master. Back up to A divided by B. If A remains the same and B gets smaller, then A divided by B actually gets bigger because it takes more of something small to make A than it does of something large. Okay, let's 10 divided by, let's say, 0.000001. I'm adding that 0.000001 plus, and I keep on adding it up until I get to 10. Am I going to get to 10? Yeah, eventually. I could figure out what it would equal, but the point is it's going to be some big number. Big number. But what if, here's what I've been going after, the point I'm leading to. What if I divide 10 by 0? What are we asking? We're asking ourselves, how many zeros does it take to get to 10? Am I getting any closer? Plus 0, plus 0, plus 0, plus 0. I'm kind of just playing around now. I can add zeros forever. Am I ever going to add up to 10? No. It's impossible. It is absolutely impossible to divide 10 by 0 because there are no number of zeros that will add up to 10. So any non-zero number cannot be divided by 0 because 0 will never add up to anything but 0. So anything other than 0 divided by 0 cannot be done.